Hey everybody, today I'm going to review Spider-Man No Way Home. We have now entered the 27th installment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the third installment of this new Spider-Man reboot series, and also part of Phase 4. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, 2021 is the first year since 2019 to have the Marvel Cinematic Universe, starting with TV shows on Disney Plus like WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, and Hawkeye. I saw Black Widow last July and it was great, but not one of the best. I saw Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings last September and it was fantastic. I also saw Eternals and I thought it was great, even though it is now officially my least favorite Marvel film in this cinematic universe. Anyway, I am very excited to see this new Spider-Man movie. I finally saw it and it's spectacular. One of the most wonderful and bittersweet superhero movies I had ever seen, and I'm definitely going to tell you why I think this way. The story of this film took place after Spider-Man Far From Home. The whole world suddenly knows that Spider-Man's true identity is Peter Parker, after being exposed by Mysterio, who was defeated by Spider-Man from the last film. As a result, Peter Parker decided to ask Doctor Strange to help restore his secret identity with magic. However, things have gone terribly wrong when the magic has break open the multiverse, allowing the supervillains from alternate realities to enter Parker's universe to fight Spider-Man. I find the story of this film to be excellent. Plus, there are a lot of funny moments, exciting moments, surprising moments, sad moments, and unexpected moments as well. There are also some parts in this film similar to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. There's even some serious tone in this film as well. The special effects in this film are very splendid and creative. I really like the designs of Spider-Man's suits, Electro's new suit, Green Goblin's new suit, the scientific inventions, and the buildings. I can tell that there are a lot of CGI in this film, especially the explosions, some of the environments, Doctor Strange's magic powers, Electro's lightning powers, Dr. Octopus's suit, Sandman, the Lizard, and the multiverse. The only characters in this film who are digital de-aging are Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus. The action scenes in this film are so intense, exciting, nail-biting, and hardcore to watch. I had a great time seeing the fight scenes, the chase scenes, the rescuing scenes, the destruction scenes, and seeing the heroes and villains using their superpowers. Now for the acting in this film. Tom Holland, as always, did a great job playing Spider-Man. Spider-Man, of course, is a teenage superhero and an Avenger who received Spidey-like abilities after he was bitten by the radioactive spider, and in this film has to team up with Doctor Strange and his friends to fix all the mess he made. Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, is the master of the mystical arts, and in this film has decided to help Spider-Man with his problems. Returning from the previous Spider-Man movies in this cinematic universe is MJ, played by Zendaya, Ned Lenz, played by Jacob Batalon, May Parker, played by Marisa Tomei, Happy Hogan, played by Jon Favreau, Flash Thompson, played by Tony Ravioli, Roger Harrington, played by Martin Starr, and Julius Dell, played by J.B. Smoove. MJ, the girlfriend of Spider-Man, Ned Lenz, the best friend of Spider-Man, May Parker, the aunt of Spider-Man, and Happy Hogan are all allies with Spider-Man who wanted to help out, especially I like their chemistries. Flash Thompson, the former rival of Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's two teachers, Roger Harrington and Julius Dell, are only in this film for a short time. Wong, played by Benedict Wong, is also in this film for a short time. Now for the villains. Returning from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy is Green Goblin, played by Willem Dafoe, Dr. Octopus, played by Alfred Molina, and Sandman, played by Thomas Hayden Church, who is from Tombstone and George of the Jungle. Green Goblin, of course, is Spider-Man's number one enemy, who has a glider that is a scientist and the CEO of Oscorp, and in this film is from an alternate reality that wants to fight and destroy Spider-Man. Dr. Octopus is also one of Spider-Man's enemies, who is a scientist with 4 artificially intelligent mechanical tentacles fused to his body after an accident, and in this film was also from an alternate reality. Unlike in the comics, the cartoons, the video games, that theme park ride at Universal's Islands of Adventure, and Spider-Man 2, Dr. Octopus in this film served more like an anti-hero. Sandman is a small-time thief from Spider-Man 3 who receives sand-like abilities following an accident. Coming back from the two Amazing Spider-Man movies are Electro, played by Jamie Foxx, who is best known as Ray Charles in Ray, Max in Collateral, Nico in the two Rio movies, Django and Django Unchained, Leon in Baby Driver, and Joe in Pixar's Soul. The Lizard, played by Rise Ifans, who is from Notting Hill, Harry Potter, and he will be appearing in the Game of Thrones prequel series called House of the Dragon. Electro and the Lizard are also one of Spider-Man's enemies. Electro is an Oscorp electrical engineer from an alternate reality who gained electric powers after he had an accident when he was involving with the genetically modified electric eels. Unlike the Amazing Spider-Man 2 where Electro is blue, Electro in this film is yellow, and much better. The Lizard is an Oscorp scientist from the first Amazing Spider-Man movie who transformed into a large reptilian monster. Although I was surprised at first, it is wonderful to see all those Spider-Man villains being played by the same actors from the previous Spider-Man movies. Obviously, Marvel knew they can never find a replacement and they don't even try. Plus, Jamie Foxx did a much better job as Electro in this film than his performance as Electro in that not-so-amazing Spider-Man 2. Also coming back from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy is J. Jonah Jameson, played by J.K. Simmons. It's so great to see J.K. Simmons coming back as that iconic hot-headed host of the Daily Bugle, who strongly dislikes Spider-Man similar to the previous Spider-Man projects, even though he didn't have much screen time. There are also some surprising cameo appearances and guest appearances in this film, which I will not tell you who they are. John Watts still did a super great job directing this Spider-Man movie, especially he decided to make this film more exciting and intense. The music composed by Michael Giacchino sounds very exciting, and it definitely feels like a Spider-Man movie. So overall, this is a wonderful Spider-Man movie. This, in my opinion, is the best film of 2021, and the best out of all the Spider-Man movies. I love this superhero movie more than the Suicide Squad, Shang-Chi, Black Widow, Eternals, and Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage. It is now my 6th favorite Marvel movie in this cinematic universe, after the 4 Avengers movie and Iron Man 1. Although we are still dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, this is actually the first movie since Star Wars Episode 9 The Rise of Skywalker to gross more than $1 billion at the worldwide box office, and the second Spider-Man movie to do so, as well as the first billion-dollar movie in the pandemic era. Anyway, if you're a fan of Spider-Man, this is a must-see. Oh, and be sure to stay on the mid-credits. I will not tell you what happened, but it is very surprising. So I give this movie 5 out of 5 nuclear bombs.